Hey there, this is Troy Baker, and this is a piece of Schmidt.
19 of the Piece of Schmidt podcast. If you're unfamiliar, we usually have 3 people. Wes is visiting, his mom is visiting, so he has the day off. Approved by me. He put in his 2-week request, and I approved it. We have a new set, as you can see. We have microphones, as you can hear, I hope. And so usually I say "as always" to my right, but now "as always" in front of me.
Yeah.
To my left, right, forward is Rick.
Peace out.
He is
Peace
white.
out.
If you're listening to the audio
I am
podcast,
white. Yes, I am white.
he is white, but he just pounded his chest and kissed his fingers and made a peace symbol for some reason.
Trying to keep it real.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. I am HolyButtsBatman. Do you have a Twitter yet?
Not yet. I'm still working on it.
We're going to launch Rick's Twitter on March 5th, along with some other announcements and changes. So pay attention to that. To keep up to date with that information, subscribe on YouTube, follow us, or like on Facebook, and share with your friends, of course. We today surprised. I didn't even tell you about this topic.
I can't wait to hear. It's Coke.
I'm trying to give myself time to think.
Gotcha.
My topic today is guilty pleasures.
Guilty pleasures.
Because I don't think we've done that yet, have we?
We have not.
So, just in general, things that you are a little bit ashamed that you like. Such as the band Creed.
Which I am not. Which I don't like, so I don't have to be ashamed.
How do you not like Creed?
Creed is horrible.
With arms wide open.
I think like the movie Ted totally nailed the 90s music where you just have to sing in vowels.
Yeah. He totally.
See,
the first person to do that, though, to be honest, was Eddie Vedder.
You think?
Yeah, to sing like that. Like the. That's
I can
Eddie
see
Vedder.
it. I can see it. Yeah.
And you basically just sang the whole
just
lyrics to Yellow Ledbetter.
Yeah, basically.
Because it's just gibberish. That's for the other podcast. We got to talk about that.
Yes.
So, the first one for me is going to be Creed, because I actually really like Creed. Because they turned into Alter Bridge, who I love, and the only difference between Creed and Alter Bridge is Scott Stapp, who's a fucking drunk psycho weirdo. You know? So, I really like that first album. The Clay dude.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you even have guilty pleasures?
I have
Or do
a
you
lot
just
of guilty
own it?
pleasures. I own it. Like if I like something, I like it. Like,
Yeah.
One of my, I guess you would call it a guilty pleasure. I love this song. It's the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground.
The Humpty Dance?
The Humpty Dance.
Okay, I'm going to try to not get us copyrighted, but I am going to look this up.
It's awesome.
What the fuck is this?
So it was kind of a jokey rap band. I don't know if they were supposed to be jokey, but the video was kind of jokey. It was this guy that had like the those glasses with the big nose.
Okay.
So he was wearing that, and like that was his big thing. Was like he was Humpty.
Oh, I see him.
And
He's having sex in the toilet.
yeah, well, yeah. He's like, I like the girls with the boom. I once got busy in the Burger King bathroom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like this most ridiculous song, but it is like completely awesome. It's like when this comes on,
What's the
like,
chorus?
The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Do me, baby. Do the Humpty Hump. So, like I'm gonna tell you, like I love that song. Yeah, that's it. So,
That was an educational piece of copyrighted material.
yes, just to give you a taste of this song.
This
yeah.
horrible, horrible song.
But it's so horrible, it's good though.
Is it though?
And there is a rumor that Tupac was part of that group.
So
I don't
first
know
of all,
if
you
that's
just said
true.
Tupac.
Tupac.
It's Pac.
6-pack.
No. It's not Tupac.
Tupac.
Or Tupac. It's
Cool.
like I just got scared by my mic. I just
This is like Chewbacca's rap name, Tupac.
You just sound so. You're living up to your age, Tupac.
I'm white. Yes, I'm white and I'm old. It's like, get off my lawn, kids.
Yeah, except for not as cool as
In
Clint
my
Eastwood.
day, music didn't have unintelligible lyrics.
Like the Humpty Dance.
In my day, we didn't sing only in vowels. There you go.
I do a pretty good Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Just saying. It's my guilty pleasure is to do Eddie Vedder in the shower.
Oh, no, there's a guilty pleasure.
Not do Eddie Vedder in the shower. I've never mated with
If that's
anyone from 90s
if that's your
grunge.
thing, there's nothing to feel guilty about. It's totally okay.
It's totally okay.
No, the song I think it's Black by
Yeah.
Pearl Jam. Oh shit! There's just times like I'll just be by myself. I'll whip that song out on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just belt it out.
Yeah, dude.
Like I'll get into it.
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
Great album. That's for the other podcast.
No, yeah, right. I know.
Guilty pleasure. Oh my gosh, I did not put enough thought into this. I don't know. Is like, I like to watch those court shows, like midday court shows.
You know about like Judge Judy.
Judge Judy, People's Court.
Gotcha.
I find those to be supremely entertaining. And I guess that's a guilty pleasure because that's kind of weird, right? Is that not weird?
I don't know. It's all right.
My favorite is People's Court, though, for sure.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do you watch? Have you ever watched those?
I've seen those. Yeah.
Okay.
They're like ridiculous. Let's see. What's a guilty pleasure for me? The show Friends.
Is that guilty though?
For me, it is.
I fucking love
Like-
Friends.
Like you would never guess I was the kind of person to watch that kind of
Yeah,
show.
absolutely,
Because I'm
absolutely.
just not into that kind of stuff. But there's just
Sure.
something about.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld was all right. I wouldn't consider that really a guilty pleasure.
So Seinfeld's not, but Friends is.
No, well, Seinfeld. Okay, so Seinfeld's a show about nothing, but you kind of know that going in. It's just kind of whatever, and it's just a group of people. They're just some of the most horrible people on the face of the earth. At least until It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia came along. But and so I feel like if they ever end It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they need to put those guys in jail next to the people from Seinfeld, because that's how Seinfeld ended. They ended up in jail.
Yeah, that was the worst ending ever.
Yeah. So it's just like that's kind of a fitting ending for like some of the worst people on the face of the planet. That's what they were saying.
So wait, are you saying that Friends should have ended with them in jail?
No.
Oh.
Seinfeld ended with it. I'm saying It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia
Should end
end
with
that
that.
way. Yes,
They
like
should go to
right
jail.
next to
That would be
Elaine
awesome.
and Kramer and Jerry and them. Yeah.
I agree.
So no, Friends is just such a ridiculously stupid show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because like let's just break that down. So it's a group of 20-somethings living in New York, and they seem to have enough money to afford decent apartments, which I don't know if you've
Except
ever.
for Charlie. Wait, are you talking about Friends?
Friends, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I need to stop doing this. I need to pay attention.
Yeah. So like with Friends, it's like they all seem to be having enough money to afford these really nice apartments,
Yeah,
which if you've ever
like really nice.
really lived in New York, or if you've ever visited, like there's no way you're living in a place like that.
Where do they
something
live?
salary. New York.
No, I know, but Central
Park.
area.
Well, the coffee shop was Central Park.
Yeah.
I mean, here's this group of people that they can go to their jobs, afford these apartments, and spend a good chunk of their time in a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And just talking about like ridiculously stupid stuff.
Yeah.
For me though, I'll tell you why what attracts me to that show is honestly it's Chandler and Phoebe. Those two characters I
Well,
find to
what
be the funniest.
attracts me to that show is Jennifer Aniston.
Well, no, she's attractive.
What keeps me in there.
She really wasn't the funniest one on there, though.
No. But I'm making a play on the word attract.
Gotcha. So. It got awkward.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the average price of rent in New York in the 90s. And I can't find it. So we'll just pass that along.
Yeah, I'm just saying, trust me, it's not, you wouldn't have that.
So, Joey was a failed actor, or a struggling actor.
Struggling actor, yeah.
So, I mean, what's he getting paid? Like, the jobs he had in the early series was plays.
Plays, there was one where he was somebody's butt.
Stinko, but you envy the Schwang.
There was one episode where he was, I think it was Al Pacino's stunt
Butt. Yep.
Like, that's not paying anything.
I mean, $100
If that.
in the 90s.
Yeah, if that.
$100 for the butt double.
Yeah,
Which he failed. He didn't even get paid for that.
No.
Because he failed it because he tried to act too much.
Yes.
And they fired him.
Yep.
So, he's not making much money.
No.
Chandler, though, is the support system of Joey.
Yes.
Because
now, he's a little more believable because it looks like he's doing something on Wall Street or like accounting, something like that, that makes me believe that like he would.
According to the episode where they trade apartments per the pop quiz game,
right?
He is a transponster.
I don't even know what that is.
I think they made it up.
They had to.
Because the answer was wrong. So I'm gonna look up Chandler Bing job. Chandler Bing was an IT procurement manager.
Really?
With the specialization statistical analysis and data reconfiguration.
I can see that making big bucks.
I mean,
so
he's up in the $100,000 a year.
Easily.
And he pretty much did that through the entire series.
Yeah.
Until he quits.
Right.
Because I can't remember why he quits, but I remember he takes a test to see like what he should do.
Right.
And it's statistical analysis and data reconfiguration.
Yeah.
So, and then his second job after he quits, he's unemployed for like half a season. He works in advertising. So
right.
You're back in the $100,000 a year plus.
Oh, yeah, easily.
So Chandler's supporting Joey, and even their apartment's not super nice.
No, but you go across the hall to Monica's apartment.
She's a chef. If like later though.
Yeah. So
early on, she's like a cook.
She's more of a glorified cook than a chef. So.
She eventually becomes a head chef.
Right.
But so I mean, what a cooks make? 40?
Not much. But I mean, if you're like a head chef, and you're really good, you can actually make some decent money with that.
So later on, she definitely is.
So later, it's kind of unbelievable. But her parents seem like they're rich, so she might be getting.
That's true because her dad has the nice car that she gets.
Right.
And then Ross works at a museum, so he's got to be making money.
He's not going to be making that much, is he?
You don't make much at museums?
No.
Really? Museum. What is he though?
I thought he was a paleontologist, but he.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, that's what I seem to remember because it's like a lot of dinosaur-related stuff.
Salary.
But if you're in a museum,
40 to 60.
Yeah, he's not making enough to afford his own apartment.
In New York.
In New York, no way.
Well, I mean, you could rent an apartment with $50,000 a year.
$50,000 a month. I'm talking about the type of apartments that you see in the show.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like rundown.
I can't remember Ross's. Yeah. I mean, Ross's apartment, because remember, it starts off with him getting divorced.
Oh, yes.
So he gets a new apartment. And that is kind of, it's not a great apartment.
Which I thought was an interesting start for a sitcom.
Yeah.
You're already starting them out as like getting divorced.
Yeah.
So.
The Divorced Men's Club.
You know what? Because my wife hadn't really seen Friends. Like she saw some episodes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And one day we just kind of was like, "What do you want to watch?" When we were taking a break from like the shows that we're watching, which is like Jessica Jones, Supernatural, and I was just like, "Well, you want to check out a few of the early episodes?" She's like, "Yeah," and so when we were playing, it's like in the first few episodes, not only is Ross getting a divorce, but his ex is a lesbian, and pregnant with their child.
Yeah.
And here's me, like, if you take a look at every sitcom that has ever lasted a significant chunk.
Mhm.
They always bring in like a cousin Joey, you know, that kid that just shows up because it's like we're trying to, you know, raise the
Right.
ratings, and you always bring in this kid, and then it never lasts very long because they get canceled. And I kind of feel like maybe with that, like Friends was already getting ready for like the time that they needed a cousin Joey, but they're like, we're gonna do this a little differently. We're gonna establish cousin Joey in the beginning, so that when we need to bring
Friend
this kid
Joey.
in, it's like, oh hey, this is Ross's kid. So yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if that's the reason, but
So Chandler is supporting Joey.
I would almost bet we willing to bet that's the case.
Monica, and they reference it, like there's a point where they reference Joey owing Chandler like $10,000-$20,000
Right.
for like headshots and rent and whatever. And then Monica's not making much, but her family's rich, so
Right.
she really doesn't have. And the apartment is given to her by her grandma. Right?
Is that where she gets the apartment?
Yeah, it's her grandma's
So
apartment.
she must have had one of those rent controlled.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
rent controlled, and it was given to her. So she's got the life. Ross making 40 to 60,000, rich parents, doesn't matter, right? He's got a degree.
Right.
Then you've got the hippie Phoebe, who is a masseuse, like making nothing.
Actually,
makes-
I can imagine she probably could make.
How much does a
Well,
masseuse make?
Well, it really depends on your clientele.
Well,
She's
are
in New
you giving
York,
handies
so
or not? Is she, is Phoebe? She says she isn't, but is she? Is she giving handies for extra?
I don't know, but that's one of my guilty pleasures is imagining that she is. So, sorry, that's probably not a good
Inappropriate.
thing to admit. I don't know. That's just kind of where I took it, is because I'm trying to figure out how these 20-somethings are living that high of a lifestyle in New York.
Now you remember too what Chandler, who's making a bunch of money already. Do you remember what his parents do? His mom or his dad?
His dad that became his mom.
His dad, mom, yeah.
Yeah.
So she is.
Would be a she.
So she is running. Viva La Vegas.
Yeah.
So she's like a star in Las Vegas,
Right.
making bank. So, and then
Which I was always kind of thought that was weird that like they conflated gay with like cross-dressing and transgender, and they just kind of like threw that all into like one kind of mixed pot.
yeah,
Which I guess it was the 90s, so whatever. But
yeah, they're solving all the problems.
yeah,
But his mom is a writer of erotic novels, so she's an author. So he's technically from a rich family
if
too,
you do it right, you can make a lot of money in
Yeah.
erotica.
right? Autoerotica, asphyxiation,
Autoerotica. He touched the dash of the
yeah,
silky smooth leather.
yeah. So, so Chandler's rich, the Gellers are rich. It's really just, and the Green, Rachel Green, her dad is super rich too. He's a doctor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She has a boat. She knew how to sail. She had a pony, right?
Right.
So, you've got these rich people that are supporting Joey and Phoebe,
See, now that we're talking about this, now I'm like, okay, that really solves the whole thing.
right?
So I'm just kind of
And
like,
that's why we
"Ah,
fucking
okay."
do this shit. Because now we solved Friends. It's
You
all
guys
possible.
are welcome out there.
It's
in,
all possible.
Podcast land.
I don't think
It-
Friends is a guilty pleasure. I think Friends is awesome.
It would be for me because of that's not really my.
I think
My taste.
here's what a guilty pleasure is. Damn. Oh, I forgot the name of it. Son of a bitch.
What?
This show from the 90s. Oh. Never mind. Full House? No,
Full
Full House
House?
is good. No, not Full House.
Oh,
Full House is good. Are you going to watch Fuller House?
hell no.
No? So is Full House a guilty pleasure then?
No, it's not a pleasure at all. It comes on, I want to gouge my eyes out.
I
to be
love
honest.
Full House.
I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, you're old though.
I don't think it's an old thing though.
I did.
In this case.
That's your defense for everything. I don't think it's an old
Well,
thing.
but that's why Friends would be a guilty pleasure for me because that's not typically that's not where I go for entertainment.
Yeah.
The sitcoms, so.
I'm gonna figure this out. Hold on. 30 greatest sitcoms of the 90s. Give me number 1.
BoJack Horseman.
Of the 90s.
Oh, he was in Horsing Around.
I don't even...
You've never seen BoJack Horseman? In,
like a couple episodes, I don't remember.
Like, that's his whole thing. Like, he was in this 90s show called Horsing Around.
Okay.
Where it was basically about a horse that takes in some orphan kids.
Okay.
And raises them. That's not really a real sitcom. I mean, that Horsing Around is not a real sitcom. But BoJack Horseman is. It's on Netflix. I'm going to just pimp the shit out of that show because it's really funny.
Number 30, Hangin' with Mr. Cooper.
Judas Priest. That's... here's one. Mr. Belvedere. Is that in there?
Hold on.
Probably not. Wait, we're talking 90s,
Yeah,
not
no.
80s. So Full House has to be in there.
Yeah, it's towards the top, I think. So here's my guilty pleasure. Do you remember Mad About You?
I loved Mad About You.
That's some good.
But
shit
I
right
found
there.
Helen Hunt to be attractive. So
Me
that's
too.
really what
In Twister.
made me go. Oh, and well, Paul Reiser is pretty funny. Well, for that show.
He's pretty
But
pretty.
but no, she's what kept me watching.
Yeah, Full House number 6. We got Full House, Roseanne. We've got.
I hated Roseanne.
I love Roseanne. I think that's one of the most brilliantly written sitcoms of the
Really?
90s. Absolutely.
She was just annoying.
She's funny.
The
You're
kids were
crazy.
annoying too.
You're crazy. She's funny.
John Goodman, the only thing to come out of that show.
True. No, well, the dude and the middle kid are on Big Bang now. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, Johnny Galecki.
Johnny Galecki, yeah. And then the girl that he dated that was part of the family in Roseanne.
Oh, Sarah Gilbert.
She's in that as well. She's in Big Bang. Do you remember this? Ooh. Who's that?
Scooby-Doo?
No. Close. How about this? Oh.
Oh, Home Improvement.
Yeah.
I loved
Number
Home
4.
Improvement.
Fucking loved Home Improvement. One of the best shows. One that I didn't get into, Frasier.
Frasier was one
Not
that
a
like
Frasier fan.
it was really weird because like I would catch episodes sporadically, and I liked it. I mean, I laughed, but it wasn't something I was like, I really gotta go watch that.
Right. The Wonder Years.
Oh no.
Why?
I don't
What?
know.
What's wrong with you?
Probably because I'm old, so it's not.
That's true.
It's not targeted for my age.
That's true. Blossom. Do you ever watch Blossom?
I did. I was never really.
Me neither.
Big into
I don't
that.
think I've ever seen that show.
It was.
It's not on here.
She's in Big Bang Theory now too.
Who?
Meow.
Oh, right.
Meow Bialik.
Miam Bialik.
You know, however you pronounce it.
Miam Bialik.
Meow. Sounds like a Pokemon.
Miam Bialik.
Me, I might choose you.
Wings? Did you ever watch Wings?
Wings was boring as hell to me. Like, it took place in some airport, but they never seemed to ever go fly. It was just like, what?
True. Coach?
Coach.
You don't remember Coach?
Oh, I remember
Craig T. Nelson?
Craig T. Nelson. Yeah, it was alright.
I loved Coach. It's a little like I remember watching it on reruns.
Like, the 90s was not really a big TV watching time for me, to be honest.
So how old are you in the 90s? Like from 10? What decade?
76.
That's when you.
I'm
were
in my
born?
70s in the 90s.
Oh, okay. No, you
No,
were born in
I was-
'69, right?
Yeah. No, 70.
70.
Yeah. No, the 90s for me saw me getting out of the military, going and being in a band.
What part of the military were you
I was in the Navy.
in? Were you the cook?
No. I was,
Are you a Steven Seagal fan?
no.
Have you ever seen his movies though?
I like his older movies.
You know the one
But-
where he's the cook?
Yes.
I'm just the cook.
I'm just the cook. Yeah. No, I always found him a little goofy.
Of course.
One of my big things about that kind of really not made me a Steven Seagal fan that much. I mean, they were entertaining, but like one of the first one or two, 3 movies somewhere in there. There's like this scene where he's surrounded by all these dudes who are all supposed to be badass, and they all come at him one at a time. I'm sorry, but if I got me and 15 of my friends and we're surrounding this dude,
Yeah.
it's a dog pile. We're not
A
gonna
dog
go
pile?
Yeah, we're just gonna all in and just like kick the shit out of whoever it is. We're not-
Depending on how many people are in the dog pile, he might be dead.
Okay, well,
Just
you
from
know,
weight.
but if you have enough, if you're having 15 people, you're probably shooting for that outcome.
Yeah. That's
So,
true.
and that's usually how it was in the movies. They were trying to kill the hero.
So how do you feel about Laura Dern being in Star Wars Episode 8?
Is she in Star Wars Episode 8?
You didn't see that?
No.
They released the first production.
We're talking Laura Dern as in many memorable roles, but Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I'm okay.
She's awesome.
She is awesome.
I love Laura Dern.
I don't feel she gets enough credit.
She was in this movie that was on the Independent Film Channel when I was in high school. And I used to be very excited when they came on because she got naked.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder how I've missed this show.
I am looking it up right now. It's not a show, it's a movie.
Cool movie.
It's in the... Hold on. Rambling Rose, 1991.
I'm going to have to go. That is one movie that I've heard that I've always been meaning to see, but have yet to see.
You've heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was on IFC when I was in high school.
So she gets naked in
I
that.
would always watch that one. And then I would also watch and mispronounce Y2 Mama Tambien, which is also called E2 Mama Tambien, because the Y in Spanish is an E.
Never heard of that.
But I would go to high school and say, "Hey, Matt, did you watch Y2 Mama Tambien last night?" Because we all took French.
Right.
He'd be like, "Yeah, I did." And that movie is insane.
I remember taking French in high school, and our French teacher, like the first week, taught us some basic French, but then we spent the rest of the year watching this pineapple Muppet. It was from like Canada, like Quebec or something like that.
Pineapple Muppet?
Yes, it was like a pineapple puppet.
So if should I Google pineapple puppet?
You try Canadian pineapple puppet, see what comes up.
Okay, nothing sexual.
The whole idea was that you would learn by watching this show how to speak French.
So it's a kid's show? Oh yeah, Tele Français.
Tele Français, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Tele Français.
Tele Français. Okay, cool. Alright.
But I, to this day, do not know much of any French. So.
So Laura Dern, not a guilty pleasure.
No.
However, Dr. Ian Malcolm, guilty pleasure.
No.
No?
No. Jeff Goldblum's awesome.
Jeff Goldblum.
I'm sorry, I just fell in love with that guy as an actor when he did The Fly.
Right?
Seth
Is The
Brundle.
Fly not awesome?
So I remember seeing growing up, they used to have like Saturday Chiller Theater or whatever. So it was always like after all the cartoons, because this was back when cartoons were only on Saturdays, and but they always show these old movies like Plan 9 from Outer Space and stuff like this. And one of those was The Fly, which is like one of the most ridiculous old sci-fi horror movies I've ever seen. It was basically a dude in a lab coat with a giant fly head.
Yeah.
That was The Fly.
Right.
And so then The Fly came out with Jeff Goldblum, the Brundle Fly, and I was like, okay, I want to see that movie just because like it looked interesting, and that movie just straight fucked me up. Like to this day, like I just watch it, I'm just like, oh. I mean, he was just so awesome. Like he's losing teeth, but he's like, he's just doing these like little fly movements. It's like he totally embodied that. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find this 90s show that's my guilty pleasure, but I can't find it. But I also came across one of my favorite 90s shows, King of Queens.
Kind of seen that off and
Oh
on.
my God,
Haven't
it's
really.
so good. I kind of hate you a little for not
Well,
seeing
no. Okay, here's the thing. When I seen it, like I laughed. So from what I've seen, I would say it's probably pretty funny. I'll tell you the one that I don't understand how it made any how it got famous at all was Everybody Loves Raymond.
I fucking hate that show.
That show needs to be called
Not that I hate it, I just don't get
Everybody Loves Raymond Except Rick. That's
it.
that's what that
I used
show
to call
is
it
about.
Everybody Hates Raymond.
Yeah, I hear you. That guy was not funny.
No, I don't understand that show at all. God,
And these are
damn
the
it.
kind of TV shows I always thought were kind of just stupid and lazy. And that kind of falls into the Kings and Queens, where it's like some really attractive looking woman, it gets along with some schlub, and it's just like, that's not like real. Until I married my wife, and then I was like, okay, I get that now.
I buy
I didn't
King of
think
Queens.
that was kind of believable, but then I'm kind of like, here's my wife, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
she's with me, so
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I get it.
We should also point out that your wife is 21 years old.
Yes, 18.
Oh, okay.
I like 'em
She's
young.
getting younger as the days
Yes.
go on. Actually, she will not tell me her age.
That's why I like high school girls. The older I get.
You blew it.
I did blow it.
Matthew McConaughey is rolling over in
Yes.
his grave. Wait, he's not.
That's not how you do it.
He's not dead yet, is he?
No. But that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
He's rolling over in his grave preemptively.
What is it? So it's a thing I love about these high school girls, man. Is I get older, but they stay the same age.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
All right, all right.
My favorite one is like when they leave the party and they're gonna go to the football field.
Yes.
And someone's getting in the back seat of his car, but he doesn't. He has a 2-door, so he has to
Right.
like pull the seat down. And they're getting in, and he's like, "Watch the leather, man."
That movie is Dazed and Confused.
Yes,
if
it
anybody
is.
was not. It's totally worth checking out. Watch that movie.
It's fucking classic. Ben Affleck is like a little bit chubby in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. So this is the show. My Guilty Pleasure 90s show. Probably you've never heard of it because it took me forever to find it. It's called Yes Dear.
That actually sounds familiar.
And it is...
Who's in it?
It's really funny. Hold, please.
All right.
So, first-time parents Greg and Kim Warner struggle on a daily basis. Greg is played by Anthony Clark, and Kim is Jane Louisa Kelly. What?
I'm holding it.
Oh. God damn it.
Is that, oh no, I'm thinking of,
So what it is
Clark Gregg.
is they have a nice house, Kim and Greg,
right.
and that's the pizza, by the way. We ordered pizza.
We love pizza.
And then I believe her sister
No.
and their brother-in-law, her
Mhm.
husband, get laid off, and so they come and live in their pool house.
That sounds familiar.
And the
I feel like that's kind of the plot of like the later seasons of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
yeah, exactly. Because Will lives in the pool house.
Now there's a guilty pleasure. I do
The Carlton.
the Carlton
You can't do
to
the
that
Carlton.
song. I'm white. I totally do the Carlton.
What isn't like?
It's just like. I don't want to do it too excitedly. Knock
The
everything
Drew
out.
Carey show? Did you ever watch the Drew
I
Carey
love
show?
the Drew Carey show.
That was a great show.
That was a great show.
Great
Absolutely.
Not guilty pleasure though.
No.
What?
Do you want your food?
Not till later. We eat it after. Thank you. Babe, what's your guilty pleasure?
And my guilty pleasure? Like music or like just anything?
Just a guilty pleasure.
It's whatever.
The Bachelor.
The
The
Bachelor.
Bachelor.
That's
That would
true.
be a guilty pleasure.
Rock of Love
Oh no.
with Brett
I
Michaels.
cannot do it.
Season 1, 2, and Rock of Love Us.
Oh no. No.
You can't do
I
it?
cannot do it.
It's funny. You should watch it.
I'm sure it probably is. But it's just kind of like. Well,
It
first
is-
of all, I've never been into glam rock. So. I mean, there's a few glam rock.
Do you classify
Abs-
Motley Crue as glam rock?
I do. But they're like.
But they're fucking awesome.
But they are awesome. Absolutely. But they're like. Like there's. Glam rock is a general musical category.
Yeah.
Much like grunge. But like there's glam rock in that like you are teasing your hair up, you're doing the mascara and stuff because you're doing the look to get noticed, versus the music that reflects kind of a more wussified rock.
Yeah.
So you have like Motley Crue, which is much more, raw, and then you had Poison over here that was just kind of like, or Warrant Cherry Pie.
What happened to the pizza?
They cut it weird.
It looks like the Millennium Falcon.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
Why is it so thin?
It doesn't look
So I wanted thin crust.
thin crust.
Can you let them out?
No. I'm going back in there.
That's weird. They cut it into squares. I can see it.
You've never seen that before?
I have, but it's a round pizza.
They got creative.
It's a round pizza and they cut it into squares.
Maybe the meth head is working today, and that's the best they could do is straight lines.
In this area,
Look at this sad little pizza.
it's a triangle. It's
Like, why?
it's a right-angled triangle.
Nice.
That is not a piece of pizza triangle.
This is the piece that you'll solve the Pythagorean, Pythagorean. I can't even say it. I never could say it.
So we will never ever talk about math or science again.
I'm okay
Because
with
you called it the Pythagorean, or no, it is the Pythagorean theory.
Yeah.
I can't even say it wrong. That's how smart I am.
that. See, I think I'm too white.
Okay.
So that's
not
the
nerdy
topic
enough.
on guilty pleasures. I think that's one that I should have brought up first, is my reality TV show, Guilty Pleasures.
Yeah, I'm not really one for
Rock of Love, Flavor of Love,
I love money.
I Love Money.
Flavor Flav.
Whatever.
So the best thing about Rock of Love is in the second season, he's always really graphic about how he describes the women.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like with their intelligence or anything. It's like she had a smoking bod, or like she's got huge knockers,
Right.
you know. But in the second season, every time they do something remotely sexual, he goes, "Heyo," and it's super funny. What do you want to talk about next? So I think we should make a topic of best '90s shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
X-Files.
How relatable was that to you, though? Because, like, for me, the '90s is me growing up.
Right.
So it's like Seinfeld, Friends, Boy Meets World. Like, do you even know Boy Meets World?
Mhm.
Like, I want to look through this list and make our list of best. Should we do '90s cartoons? Should we do 90s shows? Or should we do 80s and 90s? What would you rather do?
We just take it each a decade. Like best 80s shows. Best.
I don't know any 70s shows except for that 70s show.
Know. Yeah,
No.
that's probably the only one. I mean, I'm probably sure there's something going back.
That-
and probably go. Yeah.
That
there's
70s show.
No,
That
yeah.
one. That one.
Yeah, that one specifically.
That.
Not that other one.
You remember that 80s show?
That short-lived, horrible.
I think it was like 2
spin-off.
3 episodes.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Let me go
Like,
back.
oh
here.
my god, the 80s were horrible. Let's not relive that.
Best 80s shows. Do I know 80s shows? Give me an example of an 80s show.
Mr. Belvedere,
No.
Growing Pains,
Yes. Okay.
gave us Kirk Cameron.
But it also gave us Ashley Johnson.
Oh, okay.
You know Ashley
I
Johnson?
think that evens it out, though. I don't think it really gives.
Oh, it definitely evens out. Ashley Johnson is way cooler than Kirk Cameron is lame.
Well, yeah, sure, but I mean, I don't think it. I don't think it exceeds it. I think it just kind of like cancels each other out.
No, it exceeds.
I don't think so.
Not only is she Ellie, but she's super attractive. So not only is she talented, she's also hot. She's also super smart. I follow her on Twitter. Posts a lot of science stuff.
Okay.
And very artistic. To be honest.
Oh, I would say edging out.
Do you remember that show? I think it got canceled actually, but it was Constantine, the Fox show.
Oh yeah.
She's dating that dude.
I didn't even bother to watch that show.
I didn't either.
Here's why I didn't bother to watch it. As soon as I saw it was on Fox, I'm like, that show's getting canceled.
Now Gotham is on Fox though.
Yes, and I'm actually surprised that is not being canceled.
Doing pretty well actually.
Oh yeah. Well, all those shows that they've canceled could potentially do well. I mean, like I go back and I watch Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the potential for that series, but
Here we go. Here's some 80s shows.
Alf.
Number 9.
I love
Mr.
Alf.
Belvedere, number 10.
Nice.
Silver Spoons,
Silver Spoons.
Punky Brewster.
Oh,
Who is
yeah.
Punky Brewster? What's her name?
Soleil Moonfry. That's the actress's name.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not.
Why every time do you know a celebrity's name? It's Lemon,
Meadowlark Lemon.
Meadowlark Lemon,
Because it's unusual.
and Soleil Moon Fry.
Well, she's also the daughter of Frank Zappa.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Weird. Alright, whatever.
It's just because it's a weird name. Like, that's the reason why it sticks. Like, if her name was, like, Jodie Stevenson, like, I probably would not even remember that.
Right.
Like, I couldn't tell you the names of any of the actresses from Full House. Well, no, there's Ashley and Kate Olsen. That's just because they're all over the place.
It's Mary Kate.
Oh, well, see,
Rookie.
I don't even know all that. But anyway, no, it's like they're just not weird enough names for me to remember it.
Yeah, that is a weird fucking name. I'm not gonna lie. So we've got how many are there? 30? Hold on. This is 25. 25. So what do you think 25 is? I've never even heard of this fucking show.
I probably am not gonna guess like half of those. So
A Different World.
yeah, I don't really. It sounds familiar, but I mean, I don't know.
Do you remember Night Court?
I do remember Night Court. That was
An
actually pretty
eccentric,
funny.
fun-loving judge presides over an urban night court and all the silliness going on there.
It was pretty funny.
How about Give Me a Break? Do you remember that?
That sounds familiar. Who's in it?
Carl Kaniski.
Yeah, nothing.
How about Kate and Allie?
Oh God,
Do you remember that?
that's a total.
That's got a bad rating on IMDb.
It's like they're two. If I remember correctly, they're like two women detectives. I might be totally mixing this up with another show. That
When
too.
Allie Lowell divorces her husband and gets custody of their two children, she moves to New York City and moves in with her best friend. Ooh.
Okay,
Sounds a
not
little
detectives. Possibly.
They're not detectives. I think they solve horny crimes.
There's one out there where it's like two detectives. You know, I believe it was from the 80s. And it was like Delarice Witherspoon or something like that. It was
Delarice.
I don't remember.
All you know are weird names, so now you make up weird names.
I'm guessing it's like something Delta something. I don't know.
Delta Dawn.
Oh, she was kind of attractive, but then she became overweight, and everybody's like bagging on her for becoming fat.
Okay.
Delta Burke, that's who it is.
Oh yeah, I know Delta Burke.
But I don't think maybe she was. So I don't know.
Lift your mic up a little bit.
I was doing a lot of drugs
There
in,
you go. You sound way
in
better.
the 80s.
There you go. Okay, number 20.
Just kidding on that, by the way. I wasn't.
A little kidding.
No,
Mostly
maybe.
kidding.
Kind of.
Number 20. Too Close for Comfort.
Too close for comfort.
Jackie and Sarah Rush are two grown sisters. What the fuck?
Too close for comfort.
Who live in half of a duplex. That's it.
Too close for comfort.
That is the worst synopsis ever.
That it sounds familiar, but I'm not placing anything.
Number 19. Square Pegs.
Okay, I remember something about that show, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Follow Patty Green and Lauren Hutchinson, two awkward teenage girls who are desperate to fit in a Weemawee High School. At Weemawee High School.
Oh, wee.
Number 18. Small Wonder.
Yes, that was annoying.
Father Ted Lawson creates a robot.
A good robot girl. Yeah.
Vicky, played by Tiffany Brissett.
Yeah.
The family, Ted, Joan, and Jamie, keep Vicky's identity secret.
Ugh.
Whoa,
It is
that sounds great.
No, it is not. It is like one of the
No.
most horrible television shows I've ever had.
It's got a good rating.
Probably because it's
I
rated
wanna
by a
watch
bunch of
Small
people
Wonder.
who are probably like they've had a lobotomy.
Number 17. Designing Women.
Oh, Designing Women. That's where Delta Burke or whatever.
Oh,
came
really?
From. Yeah,
Okay. Outspoken feminist Julia Sugarbaker.
yeah.
Sugarbaker runs a design firm out of her Atlanta home, along with her shallow ex-beauty queen sister.
Yes.
There's a lot of these two women living in the same place
Right.
in the 80s. Number 16. Webster.
Webster. It was kind of a capitalizing on the Gary Coleman Different Strokes kind of thing.
Is that Gary Coleman?
No. Webster is Emmanuel Lewis, but he's another one of those really tiny black kid actors that looks all cute, and
Yep, definitely.
so they're capitalizing on that.
The post-retirement season is suddenly disrupted for football player George Papadopoulos
Mm-hmm.
and his wife Catherine.
He's
When-
played by Dick Butkus.
It looks like Dick Butkus. I don't know if it's actually him. When Webster, the orphan son of a former teammate, moves in.
Mm-hmm.
Laughter and life lessons in every episode. Now that's a good 80s show.
That is typically 80s.
This one I have not heard of. 227.
Kind of sounds familiar, but
This series, this is number 15.
I feel like it was
227.
set like in an apartment.
I feel like it's two women living in an apartment. This series took place in an apartment building.
Oh, we called it.
Number 227. The cast would frequently be found sitting outside on a large set of stone stairs in some discussion that would unfold into the weekly plotline.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Number 14. Motherfucking Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge.
Charles, a college student, moves in with the Powell family as the housekeeper, babysitter, and friend to the children. Not creepy at all.
No.
There's nothing creepy about that.
Like, you couldn't get a TV show like that on nowadays. Imagine trying to pitch that nowadays. There'd
Failed.
be no way. You would never get it past.
Number 13, Valerie.
I've heard of it.
Originally the saga of a working mom raising her 3 sons.
Oh, yes. Valerie.
Alone with her pilot husband, while her pilot husband is away. After star Valerie Harper left the series, her role was filled by Sandy Duncan as the boys.
Yeah. I think that was a spin-off of a different show, too.
Sounds like. Number 12 was Punky Brewster. Who's Punky?
Soleil Moon Fry.
Number 11, Silver Spoons.
Silver Spoons, Ricky Schroeder.
Ricky Schroeder. Ricky Stratton is a spoiled rich kid who lives the life that many kids dream of, but he still suffers from problems that many teens do. Yeah, fucking right.
I like this show better when it's called Richie Rich.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Belvedere, I have no idea was a show. That's number 10.
Yeah, it was about a butler.
The humorous adventures of an English housekeeper working for an American family. So
Yeah.
basically that's the 90s, The Nanny,
Yeah, basically.
but male-female switch.
Right. Imagine Alfred
Mhm.
in a prototypical 80s sitcom household,
Mhm.
minus Bruce Wayne and any kind of...
Yeah. Or
Horrible
anything cool
shenanigans.
happening
Yeah.
at all. Number 9, Alf.
Loved Alf.
A furry alien wise guy comes to live with a Terran family after crashing into the garage.
I like how they say Terran instead of Earth.
Yeah.
I think it's called Earth. It's kind of pretentious.
Cocky bastard. Number 8, the ever wonderful Growing Pains.
Ugh, I'm good.
The misadventures of a family with a home business father. And a journalist mother. And Ashley Johnson.
Yeah.
Number 7, Who's the Boss?
I
Danza.
totally love that show.
Tony Miselli, a
See-
retired baseball player, becomes the housekeepers and lesbian roommates. That's the 80s.
Well, yeah. So I loved Judith White.
Which one's her?
She's the
Who's she?
she's the lady that Tony Maselli goes and works for.
Okay, let me get a picture of her. Angela Bauer? Or no, what did you say?
Judith White.
Okay.
Angela Bauer's the character's name.
She looks
And
about your age now.
Her mother was played by somebody's name I can't recall offhand.
Her mother?
Yes,
So she was a... Okay.
No,
Alyssa
she-
Milano.
was her daughter.
Got it.
But there was another lady,
Catherine Hellman.
Hellman. Yes, Catherine Hellman, who was in Soap, which is like one of the best sitcoms like ever. And it was actually one of the first sitcoms to actually feature an openly gay character played by Billy Crystal.
Soap being an acronym?
No.
Or like...
Soap. It was like a soap opera.
Oh, gotcha.
So it was like it was
They're
kind of
not
like, it was a
really-
sitcom that was like a soap opera.
Okay.
And it had Billy Crystal in it.
So now we're going to get into the real good ones. So now I'm going to require you to sing the theme song.
Good luck.
Number 6, The Facts of Life. You think of the
You
theme
take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of
Nicely
life.
done.
That's probably all I remember.
song. Nicely done. A group of girls attending a boarding school experience the joys and trials of adolescence under the guiding hand of house mother Edna Garrett.
Nancy McKeon was a childhood crush.
Of yours?
Joe, yeah.
Oh, Joe. Everyone talks about Joe.
Dark haired. I've always had a thing for dark haired women, so.
Me too.
No comments from the peanut gallery.
Number
Anybody
5.
want a peanut?
No more rhyming. I mean it. Anybody want a beer? Number 5, Different Strokes.
I remember the show, but I don't think there was a theme song to it.
There's not a theme song to Different Strokes?
I think it was musical. I don't think it had any lyrics.
You're fucking kidding me.
No. I mean, I don't know. Different Strokes.
You're making me
Different
have to
Strokes.
look this up.
I don't know.
Hold on. Different Strokes. Theme, not Strokes. Strokes. Theme song. Yes. Hold on. That sounds like fucking
Not
words,
right for
Rick.
some. Yeah, okay.
Proven wrong. The misadventures of a wealthy Manhattan family who adopted the children of their late African-American housekeeper from Harlem.
Which totally wasn't creepy either.
Not creepy and also very relatable to me.
Yes.
I can definitely relate to
I
that.
too
To a
was,
house fucking keeper in Harlem. Okay, so now this is gonna get even harder.
Okay.
Now what's gonna happen is you have to sing the theme song, but now you have to guess the show based on the synopsis.
Okay.
All right, number 4. 4 previously married women live together in Miami, sharing their various experiences together and enjoying themselves despite hard times.
That sounds like Golden Girls.
Lock in your answer by singing the theme song.
I don't know the Golden Girls theme song. Is it the Golden Girls?
It is the Golden Girls. One of the most well-written shows of all time.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's all we can play. Okay, number 3.
Okay.
Chronicles liberal ex-hippies Stephen and Elise Keaton.
Oh, Family Ties. And that is, I don't know what the theme song is,
Mother.
but Michael J. Fox
Yeah.
was in it as a Republican.
As a Republican.
Yes.
Family Ties. Here we go. Family Ties. No words. Ugh. That's the worst.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 2.
Number two.
Two. This is easy. The regulars. I'm going to put some blanks in this
Okay.
because this is just easy. Number 2. The regulars of the Boston blank share their experiences and lives with each other while drinking and working at the blank.
Oh, cheers. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. That's about all I know.
Number 1. Now this is a tough subject, to be honest, and that might give it away.
So it's not Friends.
This is 80s.
Okay.
The goings on in the life of a successful African American family.
Good times. Ain't no... So it's not Good Times.
It's not.
Jeffersons.
No,
No?
that's 70s.
No, I think the Jeffersons was
I'll double check.
80s.
This is a very
Because they were a spinoff from Archie Bunker.
Jefferson's
All in the Family.
1975 to 1985. Fuck you.
Yeah, part of it was in the 80s.
Fuck you. Number 1. The goings on in the life of a successful African American family.
The Cosby Show.
Correct.
I think it went something like, I like putting the butter. No. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. No.
I got the butt. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't really do. I can't do a Bill Cosby.
All right, so that was the 80s. I kind of want you to test me on the 90s now, though.
Yeah.
Do you want the computer?
I'll totally. I'll pull up it on my phone.
Pull it up on your phone. Okay, perfect. And I won't. I'll put this.
So what did you use as your search?
I
parameters?
googled best. Here, I googled best 80s sitcoms. Best 90s sitcoms.
Best 90s rap songs.
Do this. The second thing is the 30 greatest sitcoms of the 90s.
You want me to? Hold on.
But I want you to start.
Okay, you said what was it?
Just Google best 90s sitcoms.
90s.
I don't know, just
Okay.
start with like.
So I've got one that's okay. 30 greatest sitcoms of the 90s.
Yeah, but don't start at 30. Start at like
There's also 20s.
21 great.
21, yeah, 21.
Do 21 great TV shows.
Okay. So, let me see here. It's still loading.
That pizza smells really good.
The one that we're going to solve, the Pythagorean theorem.
God damn it.
Okay. So, you want me to just go from one down, or do you want me to,
Start with
or the bottom up?
the bottom.
Okay.
Because we all start from the bottom, but now we are here.
Okay. So, number 21. Are you afraid of the dark?
Fuck yeah. Theme song?
That's it?
Yep.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Number 20. The Magic School Bus.
Oh, nice. They're throwing cartoons into this one. That's what we didn't have in the 80s.
Well, that's because in the 80s, all of our cartoons were on Saturday morning.
Yeah. There's not quality.
Yeah.
Come here.
Let's see. Number 19. Mad About You.
Love it.
Loved it, yeah. Number 18. Boy Meets World.
Yes.
Topanga.
Topanga Lawrence, Corey Matthews, Sean, Hunter.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. It just says the lessons Corey, Sean, and Topanga taught kids about friendship were invaluable. And
No,
the
I'm not
lessons
asking, I'm telling.
Mr. Feeney taught
Feeney.
the audience about life will last a lifetime.
Feeney.
Best show, best show. That should be number 1.
Number 17. Hey Arnold.
Okay, skip ahead. Give me some, let me guess. Do top 10.
Top 10.
And then give me the synopsis.
Oh,
I'll
hey,
try
there's
to
a
guess
shout
it.
out on here. I gotta give a shout out to number 15, which is Quantum Leap.
Oh, good shout out, good shout out.
Oh, I definitely have to give a shout out to this one.
Mhm.
Number 13, Freaks and Geeks,
For sure.
which had a lot of Judd Apatow regulars
Yep.
that would show up down the line. James Franco,
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, that's right, the Rogue.
11, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
Number
Good
10
shout.
was Seinfeld.
10?
Yeah,
Get the fuck out
it's
of here.
1989 to 1998.
How is that number 10?
I feel it should be a little bit higher, but
Okay, fuck. Okay.
Well, let's
You're
see what's-
supposed to be giving me the synopsis so I can guess.
oh, okay. Well, this Festivus, Spongeworthy, the Soup Nazi.
Okay, Seinfeld.
Um,
Theme song? Pretty.
Hey Jerry. So okay.
How? That's my George.
Well, this doesn't even tell. This just gives you a
It doesn't give you a synopsis?
no. It kind of gives a synopsis. Not like the way that.
Well,
The
then you give
80s.
me hints.
Let's say they're a very dysfunctional family.
Dysfunctional.
Yes, they got their start on another show.
So this is a spin-off.
Yeah, it is a spinoff.
Fuck. Not Saved by the Bell?
No.
I don't know. Is there more? Give me an actor.
Dan Castellaneta.
I have no idea. What
Hank
is
Azaria.
The Simpsons.
Yes.
The Simpsons is a spin-off?
Yeah.
Of what?
The Tracy Ullman Show. They were an animated short on the Tracy Ullman Show,
I had no idea.
and then somebody said, "Hey, that would make a great cartoon show," which has been going on since 1989.
Damn.
So number 8, it's all about somebody who's just minding his own business and was playing some basketball. And then,
Fresh Prince.
like flipped upside down. Yeah.
Have you ever seen those news bloopers where someone calls in,
Yeah.
like during an emergency, and is like, well, I was just outside playing basketball with a couple of my friends.
Yeah. I love it.
Some trouble broke out in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Here's one that you may not know. David Lynch directed it.
Twin Peaks.
Yes.
I wouldn't know.
I'm surprised you do know that. It's only on for one season.
Yeah.
And it's like not very many people
I'm
know
a big David Lynch fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mulholland Drive is in my top 5
That is a
favorite movies.
definitely good movie right there, absolutely. Okay, this one launched the career of George Clooney.
ER.
Yes.
Never seen an episode.
I haven't either. It looked boring. So Angela Chase was on TV for less than a year, but she and her friends brought the secret angst-filled lives of teenagers to life with aching reality.
I have no idea.
My so-called life.
Never seen an episode. This is a terrible ranking.
This is a terrible ranking. Number 4. About this mom who was really annoying, and some of the kids.
The nanny? The mom was really annoying?
Yeah.
Home Improvement.
No. Really? You thought the mom
Patricia
on Home Improvement?
Richardson?
Yeah.
She was a bitch.
I thought she was attractive.
She was hot, yeah. I had a crush on her, but I also hated her.
She was like the perfect
She held
foil.
Tim back.
Yeah, but she was the perfect foil.
No, she just complained the whole time. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
Well,
Why don't you just support your TV star husband who buys all your shit?
I'm going to go out on a misogynistic limb here and say
Misogynistic?
Yeah.
Does that go with the
Yeah, this is the night for, like, mispronouncing words. No, like...
Go out on a misogynistic
all
limb.
wives nag their husbands.
That's sexist.
It sucks.
I'm gonna cut that
life. I'm just kidding.
I don't know, man. She was rough. What is the show?
But not as much as she wasn't as rough as this one. Okay, I'll give you another hint.
Metal?
No.
Heavy metal?
Not heavy metal. House in the middle, I think is what she said.
House in the
Malcolm in the middle.
Oh, Malcolm in the Middle. No, that was Yeah, that was 90s.
It was. The mom was.
Yes, no,
Maybe. I don't know.
Can
Album
you
coming out.
repeat the question?
One of the kids in my high school did that for the talent show.
Nice.
Yeah. What is it?
I'm a domestic goddess. Did that give you any?
No.
Really?
No.
Roseanne.
Oh, gotcha. The mom was a bitch. Is that what you said?
No, I said she was
The
annoying.
mom was annoying. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that show.
Okay, this one is. Okay, well, it's about a small town show. It's a small town show with prominent Native American characters, a deep respect of cultures of all kinds, a feminist lead, and one of TV's very first same-sex marriages. I think it was set like in Canada or something.
Dharma and Greg.
No.
I have no idea.
Northern Exposure?
Never seen it.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who was on it though.
Okay, so the X. Number 2. It's the X Files. I'll just give you that one.
Well,
I love that show. I had such a crush on Scully. And number 4 was about a bunch of people who just sat around talking shit in a coffee shop.
Friends.
Yeah. Can't believe that was number 1.
Sorry, Friends.
Friends. Dun, 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 dun.
Seinfeld number 10, Friends number 1.
Yeah, right?
Makes total sense.
Seems a little weird.
All right.
I will just go out there and say we did not create this list.
Yeah,
We
for real.
Googled this.
For real. Okay.
Now, there's a guilty pleasure. Anytime that song plays from Friends.
That's
I
last
gotta
topic.
clap.
We can't go backwards. Every time you play Friends, you.
I do the clap, yeah.
Okay. I'll allow it. I accept it.
But I can go back because I was in my DeLorean.
That was terrible. You can leave.
Well, at least it wasn't a TARDIS.
You're retardus.
All right.
Okay, so that's topic 2. We're going to cut that at 46 minutes. Topic 3, what do you want to do?
Best cartoon shows ever.
Ever?
Ever.
What's your number 1?
Dexter. Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not a car.
Real
That is-
monsters.
Babe, do you want to join?
Not Dexter.
I can plug your mic in.
Oh, but I don't want to be on camera.
What are you doing?
I'm just laying here. listening.
Why?
I don't know. I'm bored.
She's bathing in the awesomeness of this podcast.
Okay.
I just don't want to be on camera.
We're going to end on topic 3.
Okay.
We'll just do another 15-minute topic. I'm going to cut this out. So you want to do best cartoons?
Yeah, best
We have
cartoons
to
ever.
talk about Real Monsters because it's a good.
Babe, you can't talk if you're not going to be on the
I'll
podcast.
do what I want.
No, it's my podcast. You're crazy.
Not very good.
Did you get me a sandwich or pizza?
Sandwich?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, so topic 3 will be best cartoons
Ever.
ever.
Yes. So we're not nailing it to any specific decade.
What era did cartoons come to be the best ever? You know what I mean? Like,
The 90s.
right, because we had Captain Planet.
I'm not really sold on that one. You had, you had the lineup
Get the
on
fuck out of here.
Cartoon Network. You had Johnny Bravo.
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost. You had
Coast to Coast.
Yeah, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. You also had Powerpuff Girls,
That's true.
Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie. So those are what you are calling best cartoons ever.
Well, no, because some of those I would throw in there would be like Tom and Jerry, like original Tom and Jerry.
They're
not-
so old now. They're like 75 years old.
I know, right?
It's insane.
But original Tom and Jerry, not the weird crap you got later on.
There's new Tom and Jerry?
Oh, they've made new Tom and Jerry off and on
Really?
over the decades. It's
Looney
like
Tunes?
Looney Tunes. They've done different stuff with that too.
Animaniacs?
Oh, Animaniacs is awesome.
Now, the one that a lot of people are like super nerdy about, you see it at Comic-Con all the time, that I didn't really like is Zed or Ned or
Invader Zim.
Invader Zim.
I love Invader Zim.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You have never seen Invader Zim.
Yeah. Maybe I have, but I remember
Ever?
like I either didn't like it or I just didn't get it. And now I'm just too old. I would never get into it.
It's still kind of brilliant.
Is it?
It's made by the same guy that wrote Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
I don't know what that is.
It's a comic book.
Okay.
It's kind of it's in the same kind of style. I don't remember if it was Johnny the Homicidal Maniac came first and then it was Invader Zim. I seem to remember reading something about how that he wanted to do a Johnny the Homicidal Maniac show,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, no.
No.
So he kind of just slightly altered it and it became Invader Zim,
Gotcha.
which is about some alien that gets sent to Earth.
Yeah, I understand the concept. I just didn't. I don't get it. But I know a lot of people are fans of it.
Yeah, I was fans of it.
Just not for me, I guess. But you reminded me of motherfucking Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. I love Johnny Bravo. Whoa, mama.
Oh my.
He had that whole Elvis thing going.
Yeah, he did. So, and those were the big ones. Was Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
They were the gruesome, twosome, threesome.
Okay, so I got to tell this Powerpuff Girls story.
Okay.
Because I wasn't really. This whole thing kind of caused me to start watching more cartoons
Mm-hmm.
back in the day on Cartoon Network. So up to this point, I wasn't really familiar with like Johnny Bravo or Dexter's Laboratory or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, my youngest daughter, she's running around the house,
Mm-hmm.
just playing. She runs up, stops in the middle. I'm in a recliner,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just kicking back, watching. I think I was watching news or something like that. And she pops up in the middle of the doorway, puts her hands on her hips, and goes, "I'm Bubbles, and you're Mojo Jojo." And she came running across the room and just punched me like right in the stomach. And I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And she's like, "You're Mojo Jojo." And I'm like, "What the fuck is a Mojo Jojo?" And she's like, "It's Powerpuff Girls." And I didn't know what it was. So I thought
Yeah.
she was saying Powder Puff Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What the fuck is this Powder Puff Girl?" And she's like, "It's Powerpuff Girls." I'm like, "Okay, what is this?" And she's like, "It's a cartoon." And I said, "Okay, you know what? You're not allowed to watch this cartoon until I see what it is that you're watching."
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, when is Powerpuff Girls on?" And she's like, "It'll be on like, well, I don't know, it's like 3 o'clock, whatever it was." I'm like, "All right, when it comes time, come get me. We're gonna watch this show." And so she came and got me. We
That was
watched
for
the
the
show
video.
with Mojo Jojo in it,
Okay.
and I absolutely fell in love with the cartoon. But then I knew what the hell she was watching.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." And then I just started watching other things, and then it just kind of rolled into other stuff.
Mm.
It's hard to watch Cartoon Network these days and see some of the crap that was on there. Ooh, Samurai Jack.
Never got into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That was
a
one I
great
missed.
show. They're bringing it back.
That's what I heard.
Hopefully it
I'll have
doesn't
to check
suck.
it out. I definitely watched Beavis and Butthead. And when
I
they
watched a
brought
lot of
that
Beavis
back,
and Butthead. Yeah.
it was good, but then they canceled it again.
Right.
Great concept though, for
Oh
sure.
yeah. I loved it. One of my favorite moments was when they were doing the Liar video by the Rollins band.
Yeah. I think we were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Or no, that was after the podcast. We weren't. That was
Yeah, we weren't even talking on the podcast. We were talking about after, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we were talking about the Beavis and Butthead portion. I think
We were
just talking about the video in general.
I think you mentioned it.
Because his laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
So.
it. So what's the ultimate cartoon?
Ultimate cartoon.
What did you say first? Before we started, you said one. Oh,
Dexter's Laboratory. I guess maybe because that pops up. That's probably be the ultimate one, I think.
Do you like?
It was smart. Like it didn't make you feel stupid.
Dexter?
Watching it. Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory.
No, it was really good. But it reminded me. Do you like Fairly Odd Parents? Like that kind of.
You know, when I see it, just like a picture of it, I'm just like, ugh, no. But it seems like the few times I've watched it, it's been pretty funny.
It makes me laugh. Like I think the same thing. Like this looks like I wouldn't
It's
like
like
it.
the cartoon version of Leonardo DiCaprio for me.
Okay.
Like, okay, no. So like Leonardo DiCaprio,
You have to explain that because I did not understand what that meant.
yeah, so I'm explaining it. So he was somebody like I saw him in like What's Eating Gilbert Grape,
Right.
and I thought he was really good in it. And then of course like eventually he came out in Titanic, and just I still hate Titanic.
I love Titanic.
That's a horrible movie.
It's a great movie.
You can cut out about half of that movie and still have that plot. So
No,
and not miss
just
anything.
don't cut out Kate Winslet's.
Winslets. They don't cut out her Winslets. So, so no, yeah, keep that in. At least redeems it somewhat.
No, it's a great movie all the way through.
But it's like I don't know. It's like also it's like Leonardo
Both
DiCaprio
VHSs.
everywhere, right? But and it's just like I just got sick of seeing Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, he did
so
get a little.
everything that he came out, it's just kind of like, oh, no. But it's like, so he'll come out with something, and I'll just be like, yeah, I'll pass. But then I'll watch it, and I'll be reminded like of what a good actor he is, And it's like I haven't really seen anything that I've been like, yeah, that's horrible.
Right.
Aside from Titanic, but
Great movie.
no.
I mean, his last two, Wolf of Wall Street and Revenant, like, he's getting on, like, De Niro level, back-to-back great, like, classic movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, he really is, like, this generation's De Niro.
I will totally give you that.
Yeah. And I think due mostly in part to Martin Scorsese's involvement in both of their careers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The Departed?
The
Are you
Departed
kidding
was
me?
really good, yeah.
Are you a co-op? Are you a co-op? Fucking, I saw that in theaters. Blew
Nice.
my fucking mind. I had no idea what it was. I went with my uncle and my stepdad. We're
Right.
like, we're gonna go watch a movie. We were in California. We're gonna go see The Departed. I was like, all right, whatever. I think I had seen trailers and I was like, that looks cool. People are getting shot down and shit.
Right.
Man, that movie's just insane.
It is.
It's so good.
I'm going to have to rewatch it now.
Yeah, I'm antsy to watch it.
It's such a good movie, though.
Yeah.
Inception's a good movie.
I wonder how much of the decision is his to pick movies or his manager.
Oh, it's got to be his at this point.
But maybe he has a good manager who, like, he obviously is getting these scripts from.
I feel like you can give DiCaprio any script, and he can make it work.
He did do Great Gatsby though.
But he was
That
still
wasn't
kind of good in
the
Great Gatsby.
He was good.
The movie itself was a little lame, but
It'd be hard to pass up a Gatsby remake though.
well, sure.
You know. Has DiCaprio ever voiced over a cartoon?
I would love it if he did it. I don't think so,
I
but
don't think so.
that would be awesome.
I wonder if he would. I wonder if he could do a voice, like if you would recognize him.
I feel like, well, I feel he's talented enough that he probably could do it. But I feel like if you got DiCaprio to voice a cartoon,
Why would you
Like,
change his voice?
yeah, why would you change his voice? You just use DiCaprio's
I would
voice.
get Leo to come on to do De Niro.
That'd be awesome.
You talking to that kid in the movies with Seth Rogen who does the De Niro impression? Isn't that Franco's little brother?
Yeah.
Did you ever see Neighbors?
I did see Neighbors.
I think it's in Neighbors. I think it's Franco's little brother that he dresses up as De Niro from Taxi Driver.
Yeah, I think so.
He does a pretty good impression.
That's a weird movie.
It was better than I thought.
Yeah, definitely. It's just Rose Byrne and
Rogen.
and Seth Rogen together. That is a pairing, and I just cannot.
I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
And they're like banging on a chair like right off the bat
Yeah.
with a kid, and it's
I
like
mean, they had great chemistry, so it wasn't like
it's all
horribly.
right.
But it's just like, yeah, you just didn't see. It's kind of the same thing with Knocked Up.
Yeah.
I can't see
Right? Seth
Rogen
Rogen
with
did.
Katherine Hagel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's terrible though. She like hated that movie.
Well, that's what she says.
She did.
So why'd she do it?
For money.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But she was like, it was like a terrible process, and like I didn't think it was funny at all. Like, fuck you.
like, way to shit all over your own product.
Right.
I mean, I can see where you'd probably be like, yeah, it's probably not the best of my
Mm-hmm.
oeuvre.
Oeuvre? What's an oeuvre?
That's your body of work.
Spell it.
It's like OUVRE.
OEUVRE.
Oh.
The works of a painter, composer, or author regarded collectively. Damn. You schooled me.
I did. Bam.
Oeuvre.
I schooled y'all up there too. So
Oeuvre is a collection of...
what's oeuvre?
Oeuvre is a collection of work, and also where the eggs come down to the uterus.
That's ovary.
All right, that concludes episode 19 of the Piece of Schmidt podcast. Thank you for joining me, Rick.
Thank you, Aaron.
And Wes.
Thank you, Wes. Who was played by Claude Rains.
Who's Claude Rains?
Really? The Invisible Man.
Schooled me again.
I went to that show when I was like just a little
Invisible
whippersnapper.
Man.
Yeah.
Did like anyone
Just a
show
little
up?
tadpole. Yeah.
Was it just a blank stage?
Yeah, pretty much. It's all about the Invisible Man and his family. The
Oh,
Invisibles.
Okay, so you don't actually see anyone.
No, the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
It's about this guy who's like does this experiment and turns him invisible,
Mm-hmm.
and so like he wears bandages so you can see him.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon.
No, Kevin Bacon comes along later for that.
Is the movie called Invisible Man? Kevin Bacon?
I don't think so. I think it's called something else.
The Invisible?
No.
Hold on. Kevin Bacon, Invisible. Invisible Man.
Is it called Invisible Man?
Hollow Man.
Hollow Man, yeah. I knew it wasn't Invisible Man.
Hollow Man. Rated R.
I really feel like that movie didn't really depict, like, if somebody really got the ability to be invisible, I don't think they would really freak out and, like, cause mayhem. I mean, just the
Yeah.
things you could do being invisible.
He wears a skin suit.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyways, we were supposed to end the podcast. As always, like, subscribe, comment.
Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We're always open to suggestions. And get the word out. We need more followers, more subscribers.
If you want us to read lists of other things.
If you want us, you can ask questions. We'll answer them on the air.
That's true. That would be cool.
That would be a cool feature.